guys, welcome back to Channel Claire. I hope that you're having a lovely day wherever you are in this crazy world. Now, I know I keep saying this, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be like my last video on this whole Jenelle, David, Barbara, and Jay situation. It's a sad situation that from where we saw Jace and Jenelle and Barbara on Teen Mom, to now in 2023, how their relationship has remained the same, one of chaos and dysfunction. And I know that every family has their dysfunction, whether they let it show or not. Every family has dysfunction. With this family, they decided to sign on to a TV show on MTV, Teen Mom, where it showcased their life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Wasn't much good in there at all. And now here we are, where we have seen Jace literally be a baby to be 14, and seen Jenelle go through all her men, the worst of which, in my opinion, is David. And it's so crazy because I remember watching an episode where Barbara told her, David's your worst one of your boyfriends yet. Like, called it. Because David has brought on all of this. Like, really, I feel like it stems from him. Yes, there was already issues and discord and problems with Jenelle and Barbara. And I think there's some jealousy there on Janelle's part. And she really wants to be a victim because I think she really wants her mom. But she wants her mom in the way that she wants her and not in the way that Barbara can be there for her. Like, Barbara raised her child, okay? Literally raised her child when technically she did not have to. She's the grandmother. She could have allowed him to be adopted or, you know, what have you, go to foster care, or like so many things could have happened. She chose to be there and she did not give up. And I don't even think she's given up at this point. I think it's the point, it's gotten out of her hands. And Jace has gotten out of her hands with what's going on with her, that her hands are tied in the situation, in my opinion. But she tried. I really do think that she tried her best in the situation that she was given, plus everything else she had going on in her life. So, taking care of all her children and her children's children. So now, just to close it out, and it's not a good situation at all. It's pretty traumatic and it's really sad. But I felt like since I've been following this, I wanted to close it out. The Ashley released an article today saying Jenelle Evans' son Jace is hospitalized and heading to foster care following latest runaway attempt. So he has to go to foster care. I have been blessed that I don't know what that is, or like I haven't experienced that, but from what I've heard and, you know, seen, read, foster care, typically a lot happens to a child when they're in foster care. God forbid, I don't want anything to happen to him, but things happen to kids when they are in foster care. A wide range of things that will then add to the trauma that they already had. Like, and I'm just like, I just don't understand why. Like, I get, yes, he's running away. He ran away from Jenelle. He ran away from Barbara, so they have to put him somewhere. But it's just like, it's just a sad situation. It's just so sad. It says, Jace Evans, the 14-year-old son of fired Teen Mom's 2-star Jenelle Evans, is currently in the hospital and will go on to be placed in foster care by CPS after once again running away from, this time, his grandma's home. As the Ashley previously reported, Jace ran away from his grandma Barbara Evans' home on Friday, where he had been living since September, after he was allegedly assaulted by Janelle's husband David Easton. Like, he's disgusting. And I cannot, like, I'm really like, you look at this man, you crawl into bed at night and go to sleep next to this man. You allow this man to touch you, hold you, whatever the fuck, knowing that allegedly he put his hands on your son and left marks. Like, I just don't understand how she's okay with that and how she doesn't take accountability for anything. Now, it is clear that Jace has issues, but given David's temper, personality, and the environment that they provided, it probably made things a hell of a lot worse. And 14 is that tender age where so much is going on with you. Maybe Jenelle has forgotten what it's like to be fucking 14, you know, because she grew the fuck up so fast as hell. But being 14, a lot of shit goes down, like your hormones, your emotions, just all of it. And then your family life is chaos. I don't know what they expected. Jace was ultimately found on Sunday. While Barbara was set to go to court next month to make Jace's living arrangement more permanent, TMZ reports that the teen will now be placed in foster care due to the number of times he has run away in the past. As the Ashley previously reported, Jace was aware that if he got in trouble while in Barb's care, he would go to foster care. In fact, a foster care worker had been working with him and Barbara for weeks. So we don't know what made him snap this time when he very well knew that this was like his last go. It's fucked up. It's so fucked up. Though Jace has been living with Barbara for the last month or so, the teen had previously run away from Jenelle and David's home multiple times, leading up to and immediately following the alleged assault in September. The Ashley can confirm that prior to his latest runaway, Jace was busted at school for vaping. Oh, God. So prior to his latest runaway, he was vaping at school, which I thought you had to be like 18 to buy it, or at least I thought, but I know people are vaping all up and down. I myself, I will admit, and it's really sad to see these teens and young people getting addicted because, you know, when I was growing up, there was this whole thing against cigarettes, like, don't smoke cigarettes, they'll kill you, cancer kills, cigarettes will kill you. So I never was the one to like go to cigarettes, and then along the way I picked up a fucking Juul and got addicted to that, and vaping is very fucking harmful. I quit on August 14th and have not turned back, and I am so happy that I went ahead and did that. So if anybody out there still vapes, it is hard. Those first 3 days are fucking rough, okay? But ultimately, your health, in my head, I was like, oh my God, I'm addicted. I guess I was trying to make it seem like, sorry for this tangent, but I guess in my head, I was trying to make it seem like I wasn't addicted. I was in denial about that, for sure. But my thing was, I literally would spend money on these fucking pods when I knew I did not have that money to spend. Or I would be so stressed out if I couldn't find this fucking Juul. Searching around with, like, it got to a point where it was so codependent. It just was not healthy. The heart palpitations, feeling like my breathing was shallow. Then I would get anxiety because I was feeling all these things happen to my body. So I was getting anxiety because of that. Every time I fucking took a puff, knowing that I shouldn't be doing it, but I was doing it anyway, knowing that's not good for me. And I'll be fucking real because I just feel like people need to know. And if you're addicted, you've probably done this before. Those little fucking, like, I threw my Juul away. I threw the pods away because I tried to quit multiple times. I threw it away in the trash. My bitch ass went into the trash and got it the fuck back out, cleaned it off, and went up about my business. I wasn't ready. But the last time I saw this TikTok and it just really fucking hit home. I took that goddamn Juul, I took my pods, and I shoved it to the very bottom of my trash can with all the nasty gunk and shit. And I said to myself, if you go into this trash can, this nasty ass fucking trash can, and get this fucking Juul, you have a serious motherfucking problem and you're gonna need to go seek help. That in my head, I was like, you can't, that's just I don't want anything to have a hold on me like that where I'm digging through fucking trash, like dirty ass trash, to try to get it. And in my, I just, so that is my little addiction story. Sorry about the tangent, but I don't even know how I got on this. Oh, Jace was vaping. But vaping is horrible. And to know that a 14-year-old is fucking vaping, they ain't even, like, I just don't even want to get into it. It's just horrible. It's unhealthy. I don't care whatever the fuck they say is supposed to be better than smoking. I don't think so. It's electronic. It's all these chemicals. Nah, they're just as bad, okay? And to know that young kids are out here vaping is ridiculous. We only get our one body. Why fuck it up at the age of, 14, 18, starting up with some foolishness like that? Like, just no. So, if you guys are vaping, if you're watching this, you're not going to be ready until you're ready. Me telling you my story is not going to make you stop. You're going to have to be ready. You've seen TikToks, you've seen commercials, you scrolling and seeing all the ads on Twitter. That shit ain't gonna fucking stop you until you get sick and tired of yourself and you're really ready for yourself. But that is just my vaping story. Thought I'd share that. Never share that on here, but that's what happened. So I no longer vape and I'm very happy for it. But Jace, because he was vaping, Barbara took his phone away, which is appropriate discipline when your child is in school vaping. So because of that, while Barbara had reportedly been advised by CPS, the foster care team, and Jenelle that Jace should not have his phone in his possession, Barbara believed Jace could handle it. However, once Barbara confiscated the phone as a form of punishment, that's when Jace departed and ran off. So it seems like he ran away because he was being disciplined by having his phone taken away, and he wasn't down for that, so he took off. I think Barbara did exactly correct for the situation. You're in school vaping, okay? You should have your phone taken away. I think that's an appropriate punishment. Jace could not handle that. Getting your phone taken away at this day and age, with how addicted we are to our phones and how attached we are to our phones, I remember freaking out when I got my phone taken away back in the day. So I didn't run away, but I freaked the fuck out. So it just sucks that Jace feels like that's the only way that he knows how to regulate his emotions, or when things are happening that he doesn't like, that he just takes off. And that's where things like therapy, medication, stuff like that could help. But if you have a mother who is preventing you from getting that help, where does that fucking leave you? The Ashley cam revealed that Barb was required by CPS to get Jace a phone so he could contact his mom if he wanted. A source told TMZ that CPS officials are exasperated by this case because it's always something. And while there is a concern for Jace's well-being, if the teen goes on to get into any more trouble, he may end up in juvie, which is horrible. It's just like, and all we have Jenelle is talking about me. Oh, my mom this, oh, my mom that. What about me, my horrible upbringing, my horrible childhood, when her child is currently going through a horrible upbringing and a traumatic childhood. He's in a facility. He's about to go to foster care. If he fucks up again, he's going to juvie. How much more traumatic? Jenelle, do you give a fuck? It's very apparent that you don't. So that is the latest with Jace. It's sad. There's really nothing that you can say in this situation. A lot of people, I've seen people blaming Barbara, but I just don't feel that way. I really do think that she did the best she could in the situation. And I think that his parent, Jenelle, her focus has never really been entirely on her children. It just hasn't. It just, I can see maybe Kaiser and especially Ensley gets attention, but Jace has always been like that afterthought. I don't know. It's fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. And she now has to go through therapy, drug testing. Jace is away. I know Barbara is just like, I am so fucking tired of all of this. And Barbara is past 70, just trying to relax, trying to, enjoy her fucking retirement. But she got to deal with all of this. She can't even enjoy it. She got to deal with all this drama. Always drama, 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 drama. So, that is the latest. Not good news. My heart truly goes out to Jace. I think that he really wasn't given a chance to prosper and thrive because his environments have just been one fucked up situation for another. And that eldest child always, seems to get the brunt of all the bullshit because obviously their parents are younger. They're less experienced in this, that, and other. So the oldest child sees a lot. So now it probably sucks for him seeing his mother, care for him, whatever, Kaiser and Inslee. And he's like, well, why the fuck can't I get that treatment? Why the fuck don't you treat me like that? Why the fuck, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a mess. It is a whole mess. And I feel really bad for Jace. And I hope that you guys are doing okay out there wherever you are in this crazy world, and we'll meet again soon in another video. Take care. And also, if you guys are new subscribers and you get to this point in the video, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I do many different topics on here, whatever floats my boat, whatever interests me, hot topics, whatever's happening in this crazy, crazy world. If I find it interesting, I'll talk about it. I like to talk about the royal family, the Harkles, the Prince and Princess of Wales, Brittany, Johnny, Real Housewives, Bravo, anything, hot topics in general, But I do have my, interests that, I kind of follow. So, that's what's up, you guys. And all I keep thinking about is Jace in this facility. And it's so not fucking fair. He wasn't given a chance, so... Bye guys, let me stop rambling.